Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Mastermind. Today, we're going to jump into a pretty deep topic, and it's the first day that we are only exclusively on Itopia Coaching on YouTube. It's going to be great. The indispensable first step to getting the things that you want out of life is this: decide what you want. We're going to go through that today, and we're going to talk about how to determine the things that you want out of life, how to eliminate the things that you don't want in life to pursue the life of your dreams and be better. This is the Daily Mastermind. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Mastermind. I am your host, Sonny Von Cleveland. Joining me today is U.S. retired Navy Chief Carl Blea. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am fantastic. What a fantastic weekend. A lot of progress was made this weekend in the goal life of Claire and I. We did some wonderful goal setting and things that we're going to talk about today, focused on living the life of our dreams and how we determine what we want. We've come to understand that most people don't know what they want in life. They don't know exactly what it is they're shooting for. They don't, and it's an honest response to the question, what do you truly want? Because most of us have been programmed from childhood to think what we want. So, especially in this country, in the United States, I'm not sure about other countries, but I'm sure it's kind of ubiquitous around the world. But when you're born, you are, through school, through education, through your home life, your parents, your friends, your siblings, everybody lays out this structure of what we're supposed to want in life, right? Like you're supposed to grow up, fall in love, have kids, get an education, get a career, buy a house, buy a car, put yourself into a ton of debt, and spend the rest of your life trying to dig back out of that hole to get back to the top of the hole so that you can retire and live out your years off of the back of all the work that you've done throughout your life. And it's become such a commonplace thing that it's ubiquitous throughout the entire world, I think. And everybody thinks that this is the dream, the American dream, they call it, right? This is the goal. And yet most people sit back and wonder why they're not happy in life and they haven't accomplished goals and dreams. We stopped dreaming. I think as children, we all had dreams, right? Like we all on the playground or at home, we saw athletes and movie stars and musicians and all these people that made us dream. We were dreamers. We were like, oh yeah, man, I want to grow up and be a musician, or I want to grow up and be a doctor, or I want to grow up and do this. And we had dreams, but along the way, somebody suffocated that. Somebody suffocated that dream because we all knew how to get what we wanted as kids, right? We all used to lay down and throw fits and cry and scream and throw fits until we got our way. And then we started getting suffocated. That's not reality. When we had dreams and we wanted to pursue these, you were told you can't because that's not reality. Life is not that simple. Life is not that easy. You can't pursue your dreams. You got to grow up. You got to work. You got to get a job. You got to have a family. You got to buy a house. Then you pursue your dreams. Well, I call BS on that one. Carl, you grew up kind of under that influence, right?
No, actually, I grew up not knowing. My parents, we were very poor. My mom was illiterate. My dad. So I had the unconditional love, but all I knew is I needed to graduate from high school. That was it. I was going to graduate from high school. And after that, I had an older brother. He was off to college, but I was always all over the place. So depending on how you are as an individual, I was super hyper. I was never diagnosed of having ADHD or anything like that. So I was constantly all over the place. And being gay, was another level, because now I was focused on being different and all that other stuff. So it added that other layer. So by the time I graduated from high school, I had no idea, no focus. And luckily for me, since I was young, I always worked and I tried to make money and had all that. But then I realized that I was going nowhere really quick, and I joined the Navy because I knew that I needed that structure. I knew that I needed that box.
Sure.
And after 4 years, I was like, no one's going to tell me what to do. But then I realized that in life, it tells you that no matter what, no one's going to tell you what to do. But in order to succeed in life, you have to do the things that are going to make you successful. And for me, it was kind of myopic way of thinking. I always just knew that I wanted a paycheck, a house, and to retire from the military. And I think that's when you think of certain things and you focus on it, you can achieve it. So it's really focusing on that thing and getting it done. And that's what I've always done in my life. And then after that, I got my real estate license after I retired, and I focused on that. And 14 years later, I'm at a point where now I'm at a wall and I don't know where the focus is. And so I think in determining what you want, you really have to figure out and focus on one thing. All you have to do is focus on one thing and then go from there.
Well, that is very true. And if we look back at it, is that what you really wanted? Did you want to go to the Navy, or did you feel like it was a necessity? Like you had to do this because, and I think I've heard you say this before, I had to do that or my life was going to fall apart.
At that point in my life, I was so immature. I was 17 years old. I had no direction. I could barely read. I was not focused. And so if I didn't leave at that point in my life, I had a choice, either death or a life that I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right. And so even facing that down, you made a determination based on what you thought you had to do as opposed to what you wanted to do. And now here we are in this point in our life, and you don't know what you want out of life. So we're going to help you. And I'm so glad that you're here on this, because you're going to be an emphasis and a role model for how to determine and figure out what you want in life. Like Claire and I are both in our 40s and have started our lives over completely. And we're going to give you some tips and keys today on how Claire and I do that. We have started the 66-day challenge. It has been determined through doctors in psychology that it does not take 21 days to develop a habit. It takes 66 days to develop a habit, to make it second nature, muscle memory, to actually develop the habit. So Claire and I have launched this. Today is day one of the 66-day challenge. And we're hoping that those of you who watch this show will join in with us and set your own goals and have your own 66-day challenge. I'm going to show you the way that we have broke this down here. And it starts with this little chart. So we sat down and came up with a chart that looks like this. Green checks are good. Green checks are good. So we've gone down. This is the day, and these are the goals. We've set 5 goals together and then an individual one. So like our first goal is to get up at 4:50 every day. And there's something significant about this. The Buddhists get up at 4:50 every morning. And they start their day off with at least 1 hour of meditation and mind focus and mindfulness. And that's how you start your day off. If you own the morning, you'll own the day. Marcus Aurelius was huge on owning the morning. Get up, go about being the work of being a human being. We're not made to lay under the covers. We weren't designed for that. We don't live to lay under the covers. We live to get up and go about doing the work of a human being. The second one is that we're doing 1 hour of exercise a day, a minimum, and 12,000 steps every day, which we've already knocked that out because we go to the gym at 7 a.m. Till 8 a.m. So we did that. We got 1,200 steps to knock out. Morning mastery for 1 hour. So 1 hour a day. What we do, we get up at 4:50. We take the dog for a walk. We come back. We make our coffee and our tea, and we go down to the pool and we take our mind books,
Oh, nice.
anything that we're currently working on. We spend 1 hour in mind mastery study, and then we have an evening mind mastery study as well. Right before we go to sleep, we just ingest positivity. And then I have a personal goal of no smoking of any kind because I'm stuck on vaping and I can't let it go. I thought that I would switch over to vaping because it would be easier to quit than smoking, when it turns out that vaping is freaking 10 times harder to quit than smoking is. So what we do on the 66-day challenge, every 22 days, you set yourself a reward, a celebration. As long as you don't get any red X's, you go in and you reward yourself for a job well done. So after 22 days, we're going to go to dinner to a place that we've never been. At 44 days, we're going to go to a nicer dinner at a place that we've never been. And then on 66 days, we're taking a trip to the beach with new swimsuits, new beach bodies. We're going to stay at a hotel, go to the beach. I think we're going to go to the Catalina Islands, and we're going to celebrate. You celebrate those victories. And by the time you're at the 66th day, it's a lifestyle. It's a habit. Whatever you've put down becomes a habit. So how do we identify what we want out of life and what we don't want? There's a system for that because it's not easy. A lot of us live someone else's dream, and we have to recognize when we do that and how to prevent that. I did it for a long time because somebody else told me this is what you're going to have to do. This is what you're going to have to do because you've been in prison, you have felonies, you have a record. This is the best that you can hope for. This is what you got. They told me to get out, get a job, get in the union, and that's going to help you set up to retire in your life. So that's what I did. I got out. I went into the labor union in Cleveland, Ohio, and I started doing demolition, and then that transitioned over to scaffolding. And here I am breaking my back at 36 years old, working myself into the ground for a mediocre paycheck. It's better than, most people that are doing menial work or, for minimum wage or whatever. I mean, sure, I'm making $21 to $25 an hour and it's a great job, but it's not next level and it's not my goals. Yeah. My dream was to be a musician. I wanted to be a rock star and a musician and be on stages, but I'm told I can't do that. So we got to get out of living in someone else's dream. If what you're doing in your life did not come from your own mind, you didn't engender what you're doing on a daily basis, it's somebody else's dream. You're not living your goals. You're living somebody else's goals. Stop settling. That's the second part. Stop settling for the life you have as opposed to the life that you want. Carl, do you think that you're settling in your life?
Yeah, I think I walked away because I was settling, and now I'm choosing to live my life for the first time.
Right. Don't settle. You have to not settle. If you look at something, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and write down, what do I want out of my life? And I've gone on record with this 100 times. I think one of the most profound inner working exercises I've ever done in my life was writing my own obituary. It's such a profound thing when you write your own obituary and you take it seriously and you delve deep within yourself and you write, when I die, there are 5 people that are going to speak at my funeral. What are these 5 people going to say? What are they going to say about me? When did I die? What did I accomplish? And what are these 5 people going to say about me? When you do that, it shows you how much you want. It shows you what you actually want out of life. You have a blueprint to what you want in life. And then you just break down the goals on how to get there. And the last one is the goal setting. That is the last key, is goal setting. You have to write down your goals. You have to set them and write them down every day. And here's what my goals look like. I just explained to you my goals. And so I have my goals written down. Goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, goal 4, goal 5. And I write them down explicitly what I want the goal to. You have to write it down exactly what you want. You have to be specific. Wake up at 4:50 a.m. every single day, no matter what. No matter what. I don't give a crap how hard it gets. You get up and you go. and you do it. You accomplish your goal, and you start it off right in the morning. And I'm telling you, you develop this habit of success, this habit of winning, this habit of goal setting and smashing these goals every day. We've even gotten to the point where we don't call them goals. We call them objectives, because goals actually they're finite. They have an end game in mind. So when you reach that goal, you're like, well, now what? I did that. And while it develops a winning mindset, if you have objectives are infinite. They just keep going. You had something on there, Carl?
It becomes a lifestyle.
Right.
Basically,
it becomes a lifestyle. You make your habits your lifestyle. And I don't care what position you're in life. I want to read back to this comment that Adam Dukes just dropped. Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you. And hello to everybody that's here. Thank you for saying hi. Adam Duke says, what happens when you fully give your all to something and sacrifice your life for it, and it all crashes down with no payoff? I'll let you answer that, Carl, before I give my answer.
Dust yourself off. Know that it wasn't about you, and that you have to refocus and figure out what is next. Because if you focus on what is back there, it's not going to do any good. And that's the reality of living in the moment and just letting that go.
And Amos answered it perfectly. You keep going, because eventually everything will come to you when they are meant to.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't quit. If you believe something, if you fully believe in it, quitting is not an option. Stopping is not an option. Giving up just isn't an option. If you are not making it there yet, if you work and you sacrifice and it all comes crashing down, you understand that it wasn't personal. You don't give up. You keep going, and realize that it happens when it's supposed to happen. You are being tested, and you constantly get tested to see if you are worthy of receiving that which you profess to want. And you're going to get tested. The universe, most millionaires, if you look at like those people that win, right? The people that win the lottery and become super millionaires and then lose it. They lose it all. Their life goes to shit. Some of them commit suicide. A lot of them go broke. They go bankrupt because you were not prepared to receive it. We don't study. We don't prepare. We don't work to get something. In our minds, we already have it. You have to understand that you already have what you want. I am wealthy. And I'm ready to receive it. You spend your time training, learning, growing so that you're ready to receive it when it's ready to come to you. Because if you're not ready to receive it, you're going to miss the opportunity. When the opportunity hits and the chance is there, we can all look back and say, damn it, that was my opportunity. I missed it. I blew it. But there'll always be another opportunity. You keep going, you keep fighting, you keep grinding, you keep digging, you keep learning, you keep growing. You never quit, because you know in your heart, this is what I want and I'm going to receive it. I just have to trudge through all the bullshit to get to it.
Yeah.
And be prepared to receive it. So that's what we study, and that's why we spend our time. That's why we set goals. We set goals to make them habits, to make them a lifestyle, so that when the reward comes, we're ready to receive it. Because if you're not ready, you're going to lose it. Carl, have you ever had something that came to an opportunity or a chance or something that was really massive and then you lost it?
Yeah. Selling real estate, look, in hindsight, there was lots of opportunities to buy these properties, but because I didn't act on it, I lost out. And so there's many of those stories in my head that because I wasn't focused, then it just went by the wayside.
And I think, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree with me on this, everything is our fault. Anything that we do is all by choice.
It is.
So any opportunities that we've lost, the reason we are where we are at is because of choice. We are here because we have chosen to be where we're at, or we have chosen to not follow through, or we have chosen to not do something. We have to look back and be honest with ourselves and say, okay, I was working towards the goal. And this one's for Adam specifically, because you can do some work to find out. He says, me and Sonny know each other on a personal level, which we do. musically. I literally left my family for a dream that was fun for a while, which became downfall. I am at this point in life climbing out of my hole. Right. Not easy by any means, but I'm doing it. Facts. And that's the thing. You got to keep going. But we can always look back and say, here's the moment that I made a choice that altered the path that I was on. I can do it too. I look back when I was a musician, when I was out with Adam Dukes in Cleveland, Ohio, I was in a band. The band was going great. I made a decision to choose something other than what I knew would continue the success, would continue the process. I said, you know what? I'm good enough anyway. I'll be able to get through it. And I made the wrong decision. And then I was shocked and surprised and angry when the band fell apart and the music went away. And I'm shocked and I'm mad and I'm angry and I'm looking for things to blame it on, when at the end of the day, it was my choice. I made a choice that ultimately affected the goal that I was pursuing, because I was listening to other people. I was allowing outside influences, and I can make excuse after excuse after excuse why I made the decision that I made. But at the end of the day, nobody climbed into my body and made me speak the words that I spoke to make the choice that I made. I did that. It doesn't matter the circumstance. I can blame everything around me, but at the end of the day, I made the decision. And so I have to live with that. And now I can sit here and kick myself in the teeth and try to analyze everything that ever happened and why everything went bad. I can feel bad for it. Or I can say, you know what? That was yesterday. That happened. Today, I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to get up. I'm going to rewrite these goals out, and I'm going to pursue that goal again. And if that's what's in your heart, you'll pursue it and you'll never stop, and you'll achieve it at some point. But it comes with determining what you want, being honest and going for it, and never quitting and never giving up. Carl, you don't know what you want in life, so let's figure it out. I want to try to put this in actual motion. How old are you?
51.
51. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you want to look when you're 51. Right there. I'm dead serious. The man is in shape. He's got guns. Listen, Carl's what you want to look like when you're 51. 51 and doesn't know what he wants to do. So if I were to say, what is the number one thing you are most passionate about in life, Carl? What is it?
People. Bringing people together.
Bringing people together.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say you would like a career in bringing in networking, bringing people together? You want to do that because you don't need a career. You're retired. You don't need a career. Now you need something
that's
passion,
every day that I can focus on. Yeah.
Right. A purpose and a passion.
Mm-hmm.
So you love to network and you love to bring people together. So I would say sit down, write it out on a piece of paper, and then figure out, what do I have to do to bring people together? How can I bring people together? There's lots of things that you can do. You can network, you can podcast, you can throw networking events, you can come off a little bit of your own money to rent out a venue and bring people together just for a networking event. And then figure out your message. You got to find out your why. The why is the biggest thing in determining a goal. You got to have a why. So let's figure out Carl's why. Why do you want to network and bring people together?
Part of my whole thing is that our society today is on these gadgets that we hold in our hand. And most of the time there's these hookup things, there's these date apps, these things. And nowadays it's so easy to meet people online. But is that a real connection? Is that a deeper connection? Chances are no. I mean, there might be, but there's not. So what I would like to do is start having a date night where I actually get people and I host it, and I take people to different restaurants and I set it up and we meet and greet and have a speed date where people, for each appetizer and the main meal and the dessert, you change and I'll have questions, and so it's deepening further. So it's just making that step to do that. I know that's where I want to go with that. I had a friend who lived in Florida who had parties and stuff, that hosted parties that brought people together. And so Palm Springs, I know that they have some of those things, but not to what I'm thinking of.
Well, we have a goal. You guys saw it right here. Something profound is happening right here. Something profound is happening. We just determined what it is that Carl wants to do. And so we're going to keep working that angle, and I'm going to show you how to get to that. And watch, we're going to work, and my cats are going nuts trying to climb up the wall. We're going to determine how to do that, and I want you guys to watch this. I want you guys to watch what happens in Carl's life. Watch, I guarantee you we'll make this. If that's your passion and that's where your heart is, I promise you we'll make that a thing, and you're going to see how this works. Stay with us and follow along, ladies and gentlemen. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. We're going to be here, goal setting, mind mastery. That's what we do, and we're going to listen, watch what happens, folks. And it's my goal that what I want Itopia Coaching to be is a global community for masterminds, for people that want to come in and master their mind. It's a global community where people can come in and inspire each other, lift each other up, network, brainstorm, and learn how to chase and smash goals. And we're going to show you all by building Carl's dream. Watch this. We're going to do this. I'm going on record right now. We're going to build Carl's dream. I'm going to show you how to do this. And as long as we persevere and take it seriously and stay focused, you got it. There's nothing we can't do. We can accomplish anything, no matter your age, your orientation, your race, no matter who you are. You are special because you were born and because you were put here, and you have this powerful thing in between your eyes called a mind. And I'm going to show you guys how to master that. We're going to do that. I want to thank Carl for joining me again today. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being the project. You're becoming the project, and I absolutely love it. And you're going to change the world, and we're going to show everybody how you change the world. We only have a few people. We got 59 subscribers on the channel. I want to blow that out of the water. Those are my goals, and we're going to show the world just how we do this. Thank you guys for tuning in and commenting. Adam Dukes, it was great to see you. Amanda Hall, Reeves 8088. Amos Creek, thank you guys so much for tuning in and following. Please share out the video, invite people to come in, drop comments, engage with us. We all have to work together to climb this mountain. We're all holding the rope together, right? We have the rope around us, and we're all climbing the mountain. If I fall, people have the rope and they hold it up for me. If they fall around me, I can hold that rope so that they can get up. We're all holding the rope together. I love you all, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning with another topic on the Daily Mastermind. Carl, we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great, wonderful Monday. Be motivated, be inspired, do something better. Love you all. See ya.